You ever wonder why some people wake up feeling energized and empowered and confident and ready to take on the world and simply attract wealth super easy, and other people start the day feeling super groggy, like you're already behind, and it's a slog to get through your whole day? I'm not sure which one you might resonate with, but the difference isn't luck. It is a large part of it is their morning routine, how they set themselves up for the day from the moment they would open their eyes. Well, actually, it starts the night before, but we'll get into that. That's what we're going to talk about today. Exact habits of how the wealthy and successful women in this world attract wealth and set up their day to do so. So, and this isn't about getting up at 5 a.m. and tackling that massive to-do list, doing crazy things first thing in the morning. It's not about the doing side of things. Okay, a little hint there. And the best part, you can start this tomorrow morning. You don't have to go out to the store and start buying stuff. It's just tools I'm going to give you. Okay? So, if you're new to this channel, I am Maria Condi, and I help women get unstuck, lose the struggle, start uh, creating more wealth in their life, a life of fulfillment and ease, flow, grace, all of that. But primarily losing the struggle and leaning into the wealth that's going to create that life that they desire. And this is how you're going to start doing that right now. Let's dive in. So, first up, the first hour of your day, and not even first hour, the first 17 seconds of your day. But in that first hour, it sets a tone for your entire day, the entire day. And I try and do this as much as possible because I know when I do, it's a game changer for my day. It's a ripple effect. So if you're starting where you've hit the snooze button 25 times and you get up and the first thing you grab is a cup of coffee and a donut or a muffin, you're setting yourself up for a really rough day. That it's going to be a day rooted in stress, anxiety, um, yeah, and just chasing your tail. You're going to be behind all day long. And it's the difference between that hustle energy and flow energy. And how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay? So keep that in mind. And wealth is a mindset, first and foremost, before it's actually a reality. So it's not so much about the doing, it's about the being, BEING. So here's my 5-step wealthy woman's morning routine. Ready? Let's dive in. Number one, start with stillness, not your telephone. Best would be that your telephone is nowhere near you at night. I get that some people like it for security. I get that. But if you can not have it charging next to you, so the first thing you grab in the morning is your phone, it's best. Put it on, your bathroom counter or your dresser, somewhere far away from you, so you're not just reaching for it first thing in the morning. I get challenged a little bit because all my hypnosis recordings are on here and I listen to them when I go to sleep at night or my meditation sometimes. But, it takes a little bit more willpower for me not to use my phone then. So your brain is in a theta state upon awakening, and you want to really maximize that moment in time. You have 17 seconds to set your intention before your brain starts going into what's the word I'm looking for? You start having resistance in your day. As soon as you start thinking, oh my God, I got to do that, you've got resistance going on instantly. And when you can stay in that sort of dreamy state, and when you're in that dreamy state, start thinking about what you want to bring about for that day. If you've got a big meeting, what outcome do you want for that day? Think about the outcome you want, not don't catastrophize that meeting if that's what you're thinking is going to happen. Take the time right then and there to see the outcome you want for that meeting. If you want a happy ending, see that. If you're going into your boss for a raise, see yourself getting the raise. Them saying, yeah, you've been working hard. I don't like using the working hard thing because I don't like equating the two together. But sadly, that's where some of the, especially in the workforce, that's where it ends up. They recognize the value in you will say. That's a better phrase, better use of words. Yes, you can have that raise. Or maybe it's a new client you're trying to bring in, and you see that happening. You've had that client call and you see it coming in. Okay? So 17 seconds. Set your intention for the day. Let it be positive. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths in and ask yourself, what energy do I want to bring into this day? Bring in, try and try really hard to not let the resistance kick in right away. We want to be in a state where we don't have resistance starting our day. Because as soon as you're in resistance state, it's very hard to manifest at that point. Because you've got this wall up. You just got a negative vibration going on as soon as your eyes open in the morning. And the longer we can keep in a positive vibration out of resistance, the better. So keep a journal by your bedside, for yourself is what I'm trying to say. And I like to have a luxury feel journal. And, it's another way of keeping that really positive high vibration going. Keep it next to you and make it fancy. Like I don't have mine right here. I should have brought it. It's gold. And it's a really soft leather. It's a soft, pearly, soft gold. It's really, really beautiful. It's got a bee on the front. It's luxury to me, right? I love writing in beautiful journals. And do some journaling for yourself. Do some gratitude. So that's actually number two. We'll go straight into that one. So the first one is start with stillness. I actually like doing meditation as soon as I wake up in the morning. I will open my eyes. I will do not even open my eyes necessarily yet, but I'll start with that 17 seconds of setting my intention for the day. And then as soon as I'm, coming awake, I will run to the bathroom and then come back to bed and get into a meditation. I have various meditations that I use in my membership, and those, are geared towards, setting yourself up for the day. Some of it's quiet time, sometimes it's visualization aspects to it. They're a mix of things. From that point, I want you to number two is do some morning gratitude and some money mantras and our affirmations, however you want, whatever word you want to use. You have to really keep out of that space of lack. And this is meant to help that. When you're in a space of gratitude, you don't have room for scarcity at the same time. Your brain doesn't do opposing things at the same time. It can do scarcity or it can do gratitude. We want to stay over in gratitude. The more gratitude you express for things that you want and have already, the more that's going to come to you. If you have a, mindset of scarcity and you don't think anything's going to come to you, you've already negative, it's not going to work. That's what's going to happen, right? Because the thoughts and energy that you put out there is what you get. So we want to keep you in the high vibe energy. Some mantras for yourself. Money flows to me effortlessly and in unexpected ways. I am worthy of limitless wealth. You are worthy. You definitely are. You were born worthy, just in case you forgot that. I expand in abundance, success, and joy every day. Those are just a few that I have for you here. I've got lots of them out there. If you check the more section, I always put the link to my 100 money affirmations. Those are my top ones. There's lots to choose from in there. They are great for this exercise. So write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Choose some of these mantras or affirmations, and start working with them. Number 3. That's number 2. 1, 2, 3. High vibe nourishment. This is about starting your day off with real food and sustenance, not your cup of coffee. Trust me, I love my coffee in the morning. However, I get up and I have some water right away, flush out those kidneys. Then I like to have sometimes lemon water. If I'm feeling really dehydrated and my body needs a boost, I will have more water with lemon and ginger in it. That flushes all the toxins out of your body. But definitely have water, a good cup of water, glass of water, before you dive into anything else. It's best if you can actually have food in your system before you have coffee too. Okay? There's some science on that, that it does, if you have food before the coffee for the neurons in the brain, otherwise you're going to end up in a kind of that almost like a sugar hangover you get. When you get kind of groggy after, coffee can do the same if you don't have some food in you. And it's kind of counterintuitive because most people want that coffee as that kickstart, right? But your body needs to be nourished first, and your body will thank you if you do that. So nourishing breakfasts are, think of more protein in your morning and eat healthy, real food, whole foods. I love a good oatmeal with apples and cinnamon on it, avocado toast, a power smoothie. I do a coconut yogurt with berries every morning and I have a hemp seed granola. All of it's high protein. And so those are ways to really help your body start in a very positive way. I do like toast and peanut butter in the morning. I have a really good organic peanut butter that I use. There's a lot now. Sometimes it might be scrambled eggs, or I don't do other eggs that much, but I like scrambled eggs. So I'll do that with a piece of toast sometimes, whole wheat toast. Try and always get some protein in because it's going to sustain you a little bit longer and you're not going to feel like you need to eat the donuts and things like that. And then have your coffee. Okay, if you love your coffee, have a coffee. Try and keep it to one so you can sleep better at night. And speaking of night, I'm going to back this whole train up. So we're going to go three, two, one, backwards to going to sleep at night. If you can get 7 or 8 hours of really good quality sleep at night, that's going to make your morning even better because then you're going to be able to get up and do these things much easier than if you've been up till 2 in the mornings and your alarm goes off at 6, you've had 4 hours of sleep. This is going to be a lot harder to pull off. And then you're going to feel really groggy throughout your day. So the powerful day starts the night before. So now we're technically on number 5, but we're going to go to number 4. So intentional planning, the wealth list. What does this mean? Successful women do not wake up wondering what they need to do. They know already. I often do it the night before. I do a lot of it Sunday night. So in Sunday night, I plan out my whole week. I kind of know what's going to happen, my meetings, clients, all the things that are going on. If I'm delivering content in my membership, if I'm doing a workshop, all those things are in there. And instead of having a massive wealth or massive list to do, think about the things that are going to move the needle for you. These are the money-making activities. These are what matter most. And I want you to do your brain dump. I love doing this, and this wasn't part of my original, outline for this, but we're going to go there anyways. Do a brain dump of all the things that you think you need to do. Then I want you to divide it into 4 different quadrants. This is Eisenhower matrix. I want you to think about the things that are really not that important and you can just almost delete when you really, really think about it. There's some things we just get busy doing. Sometimes we get addicted to just being busy. So I want you to be honest with yourself. How much of it can you delegate? Check those off too. How much needs to be like put into the scheduler and set up properly? And then the other ones are the fires that need to be put out or the things that are really, really urgent. You don't want things to get to urgent. You want them to just be planned nice and steady throughout your schedule. And ideally that you're going to be doing just the money-making activities and everything else gets outsourced. And if you can outsource some of those money-making activities, I recognize a lot of people can't and sometimes shouldn't, depending on the business that you're in. However, we're not going to get into a whole business planning session here, but figuring out what really, really matters. We can get really, really busy. I see a lot of people creating all these fancy websites and doing all these things when they don't even have a decent offer fleshed out yet with the client to be able to, but they feel they have to have this perfect website going on. You need to get clients first. You need to get some testimonials going. You need to have that work through that offer, just solidify it and make sure it's, nice and put together well. And that takes a little bit of time sometimes. Then start creating things. Some of the wealthiest people out there that I know in the online world don't even have websites. They work directly off their sales pages or lead pages. Yeah. So they haven't worried about a whole bunch of fancy website stuff. You choose. So next up, this to-do list. Figure out what's the money-making activities. And then write down one money-making thing you're going to do, one relationship building thing that you're going to do, because relationship building is a huge piece of the sort of the money-making activity. And then one self-care thing that you're going to be doing. I like to have three things that I'm really focused on that day, and it might be over that week. Sometimes I do it on a week, like on a Sunday, I might write these things down. What is my focus for this week? Again, remember to do things that are going to create wealth, not just keep you busy. This is where the fulfillment side comes in. And sometimes people, a lot of times, people don't like doing the things that are the money driving pieces of their business. There's a lot of resistance there. And the more and faster that you can work through that, the faster wealth will come to you. Not just being in busy mode. And it's very interesting because, I coach a lot of people, and it's really interesting because a lot of them will say, well, I've been working on my website for this long and I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Okay, what are you doing about marketing? Well, what are you doing about marketing? And I'll list off a whole bunch of suggestions and like, yeah, I know. And, then it's about getting into the hypnosis and working through those things. That's why I created a hypnosis specifically for people that have that resistance to sales and marketing, because there is a resistance to it for many, many people. If sales and marketing is not your natural space that you like to be in, then there's some resistance there for it. So I try and help people as much as possible on that. So number three, let's put this all together. I'm going to backtrack here. I'm going to go back to the beginning because I've gone off on some tangents. So your morning routine is going to start with stillness, setting those intentions for the day, maybe some meditation. And then you're going to do some gratitude journaling and some mindset, morning mindset I can't, too many M's, Maria. We'll just call it affirmations, okay? It's going to be much easier for me. High vibe nourishment, nourishing breakfast, protein shakes, whatever works for you. Intentional planning. These are the things that are going to move the needle for you. And then, I forgot one, move your body. Move your body intentionally. Don't get into that fast pace hustle rush of the day. Be intentional about your movements. Do some stretching, do some yoga, go for a walk outside. When I used to have a bike in my home, and I used to have a treadmill that I could access to quite easily. And I'd go on that treadmill 20 minutes before I actually even had my breakfast or my coffee, because that does some other cellular things that are really, really good for your body. You have to build up to that because it's part of like the fasting process. Or affirmations while you're moving your body. I love doing this one. When I would go on the treadmill in the morning, so I'm walking really good, and this is where I actually did my visualizations, and I can see what I want to bring about. I see myself speaking up on a stage, and it really, because I'm moving my body, so I'm physically active. And I find it very, very easy to visualize when I'm doing that. So another little tidbit for you. So I would love to know, what's your biggest takeaway here? What are you going to try? Where are you going to start? What do you already do? I know most people have somewhat of a morning routine, but when you put all this together, and here's the thing, it's not always easy to put all of them together at once. Habit stack them one at a time. One week, start with one. The next week, add another one in. The next week after that, add another one in. You don't have to go all in and jump in. It's better if you actually start gradually, get rooted in one of the routines first, then add another one to it. Okay? So, if you've loved this, I'd love to hear from you. And like I said, if you go into the more section, I have my 100 top money affirmations there for you. If you've enjoyed this today, I encourage you to like, subscribe, share, and check back to the channel regularly for new releases. See you next time.